Hello, hi friends, welcome back. Today I'm taking you guys with me on a piercing pop-up. So yeah, we are going to go and do a piercing pop-up at the GimmeGImmeMore Market. It is a vintage market. It happens at the East Side Bowl here in Nashville. I've been doing this pop-up for over a year now. I want to say a little over a year, almost monthly. There's a couple months here and there that I've missed, but I'm excited to take you guys with me so you guys can see what this is like. We're grabbing gas right now. I am running a little bit late, so we're just going to meet back up when we're there because I'm running a little bit late. Okay, so we're here at the venue. We're gonna get all set up. All of my stuff is in the back of the truck here. What's gonna be really interesting is doing this all by myself, 9 months pregnant. Normally I have Brian here to help me, but he is at work right now. So it's just gonna be me and a little bit. She is being so active right now, so we're gonna see how that goes today. Hopefully it's not too painful and distracting. But I've gotta quickly start unloading and get everything in and then repark the truck into like an actual parking spot. And then it was raining on the way in here, so I was expecting it to be like still raining, and so I was thinking it was going to be really slow today, but it's not raining right now. Like the sun is out and it's pretty and beautiful. So I don't know, I guess we'll see how today goes. Okay, so we have everything inside now. I did in fact forget a trash can. So that's unfortunate, but not as bad as the last time when I forgot to bring an entire table, and so I had to borrow one of theirs. So they do have plenty of trash cans. I'm just gonna have to steal one. Oh my gosh, it is so warm. I got so many layers on, and I got real winded taking everything out of my car, but it's empty now. We're gonna go and actually set up. So they changed a slight thing. The place that I'm normally am set up is like right by the bathroom because I have to legally be within like 25 feet of a hand washing sink. And there is now a shelf on the wall right where I normally put my like massage table for my clients to sit and lay on for their piercings. I'll have to see if I could still fit the table underneath and if it's comfortable for clients to like sit up and down on. If not, I'm gonna have to reconfigure my entire setup, which isn't like so bad, but the way that I have it right now is where it's still like people are able to walk around, because I'm also right next to the DJ booth, so people can either walk around my setup, go to the bathroom, or the people who work and do the music and lights and everything for the venue can still walk to their place, and it's not like super crowded where I'm at. But I'm gonna bring you inside with me now. We're gonna walk through the East Side Bowl, which is like such a cool location. It's a really cool venue. I came here and Brian did a show here once with a band he was touring with, and so it was cool to see it as like an actual music venue. I think most, if not all, of the vendors are here now, so they're all setting up. So we'll see how that all looks. I do have some vendor friends, so we might run into them. Now is a good time to like visually see the venue, because once the event actually starts, they turn down the lights and turn up the music. So I genuinely don't know how well I'm going to be able to like actually properly vlog, which is why I brought the good camera instead of just my phone this time. So let's go in. Bowling over on this side. Oh, yes.
That's a hard no for me, boss.
Hey. Alrighty, and then this is my setup. So yeah, this shelf was not here before, so now I have to see if I could hopefully fit my massage table underneath it, which honestly it does not look like I'll be able to. So these are the pieces that I have that come with the price of the piercing. So we have diamonds at the top, some like heart shapes and butterfly shapes, some really pretty opals and gemstones, and then we have our upgraded pieces. So everything up here is all solid gold and real stones, and then we have implant grade titanium and then gold plated titanium. Alrighty, this is our setup. Looking cute. They're pink. Some rings that I've made before. We got our price seat jewelry here. This light does come on, but I want to preserve the battery as much as I can. Little mirror here so when people can check out their ears, see what they're thinking. Normally I also have like a whole bunch of candy out here on the table, which is always really good to get people to come up to the table and actually interact. But I forgot to go and get some. This has been the best thing. But I have like all of my setup in here, which is great, so I don't have to be like digging around inside boxes. Things are hidden in here. Bathroom's out that way, and we have our tattoo artist over there. So my goal is to do at least, like, ultimate goal, $600 in sales today. Realistic goal is like 400. That'd be great. I was debating whether or not I wanted to even do this event before, because I knew I was going to be 9 months pregnant, and that would be rough if it was busy and I'd be on my feet the entire time. But I have this jewelry that I need to sell, so fingers crossed I can make some good money to sell everything or a lot of stuff before baby comes and use it as like baby fund. Current time is 3:47. The event starts at 4. I don't have one of those little lapel mics, so once the lights come down and the music comes up, to see how well I could actually record and talk to the camera, I might have to run away into the bathroom to do anything. But the bar opens at 4, and that means I can get some chicken nuggets. I can get some chicken tenders and fries, and their chicken tenders are actually really good, so excited about that. But the health department came and everything was great. I didn't forget anything important, so that's good. Can I get the chicken tenders with fries and $16.35. Yeah, I can keep the change. Sweet. Thank you. Order some food. One of my rules for myself is that I can't buy anything until I do at least one sale. But let me show you what I got my eye on. I'm such a sucker for pottery. It's so cute. Mobile IV nurse, rad.
Okay, yeah. We're
just taking stock of what I'm gonna get later. So yeah, now most of the vendors are actually set up, so now we're gonna see what everyone's got. I'm always getting one of her pieces every time. I gotta resist for now.
It's different.
So one of my other goals is to get a dress that I can wear for my maternity shoot on Sunday. So far, walking around, I think I've only seen one vendor who has a dress that could work. I just don't know if it'll fit. It seems like, although it's like flowy, has a bit too much structure to it. One of the things I always like to do is to bring along some like crafty thing for me to work on. So I have my crochet, a little blanket. I find that it's best with these type of events to have something to work on with your hands, especially when they're long events like this one's a 6-hour one where you're just sitting for a while. Normally people don't start showing up until around after 6. So it's good to have something that you're doing with your hands that's kind of crafty and active, so you're not just on your phone, because one, when you're on your phone, your eyes are down and you're not like making eye contact with people that walk by and talking to them. And also then you're killing your phone battery, which is not good. So I have my little blanket that I'm making. That's what I'm working on. I did order food, so hopefully that will be coming shortly too. So get girls hungry. So this market's really cool. So what it started off with is just being like a vintage market. So you'd have a bunch of people who basically had like vintage antique stores, like their own clothing things. So it was just like a giant clothing market is what it started as. I think is what it started as. I missed the first couple of ones that were happening. And then she started incorporating, the girl who runs it, Leah, she started incorporating tattoos and piercings, which is doing pretty cool and really great, and kind of goes along with the whole vintage thing. And then more like service people, so along with piercings, usually it's me or Ketzel. Tattoos, there's so many tattoo artists in Nashville, so there's usually so many options. Now she also has tooth gems, which is right there, and then also across here some permanent jewelry. I've been here before where there was like a tin type photographer, which was so cool, and I'm so bummed that I never actually went and got my photo taken that night, but he sold out pretty quickly, so I missed out, and that was a bummer. But now she's expanding more, so instead of a lot of just clothing, there's a whole lot more makers here, which is awesome. So there's a lot more artists. There are still like obviously a lot of clothing that you can get here, but there's like handmade clothes that people are selling. A lot of like print artists here, people who like do their own paintings and everything like that. So eventually, maybe at some point, I'll come here as a maker, but for now, definitely piercings is pretty good. Chicken tenders. Oh yeah. It's a cutie. Oh my gosh, look at this light. Okay, the light not on there. Go back to crafting, doing some crochet. Lighting's actually not too bad. They've got like extra lights on right now than they normally do. Getting pretty far along today. It is so pretty. Beautiful. Okay, are you gonna focus? Hello? Sorry.
Hello.
Go and get a takeaway box for my food, and when I came back, because the event ends in like 10 minutes, and so I was going to start packing up, but there were people standing at my booth wanting to talk jewelry, so I don't know if they're going to come back and get piercings. I doubt it, but I do also want to pack up, because the event ends in 5 minutes, and then we can start packing up, and this baby in my belly does not stop moving right now, and my back hurts. I want to go home. Good morning. It is indeed the next day. Just scoot in here. Got my coffee for the day. And let's sit down and let's talk about last night a little bit. Right now, Brian has a truck and he's at a meeting, and all my stuff is still in the back of the truck. So I don't have all the paperwork with me to really go over everything. Actually, first, let me introduce you to my cats. This is Cortado and Reese's. Mwah. That's who you're going to be seeing walking back and forth. And then Coda might be popping in the background, our dog. But yeah, last night was so fun. It went so much better than I was expecting it to. I think I was talking with a lot of the vendors afterwards, and a lot of them also agreed that it went a lot better than they were expecting it to. Not because we have a bad opinion of this market. This market can be very hit or miss sometimes. Like one month it'll be really good, really busy, and then the next month it'll be a little bit slow, and then back and forth and back and forth. I think because the day started off with it raining, we were all kind of just like, ugh, prepared for it to be a little bit meh. But it was like consistently busy. It wasn't like overwhelmingly busy, but there is, one person described it that there was just a good constant flow of people, and people were spending money, which was really good. I was worried that people weren't going to be spending money with me, because when it comes to the range of prices at this market, A lot of people, because it's a vintage market, have things that are on the cheaper end, because you can go and you can buy a bunch of clothes for like 20 bucks. You can buy like a bag of clothes or whatever. For me to have piercings that are the higher end of things that are sold, I would say I'm on the low high end of things that are sold there, depending on the piece of jewelry that you get. I was a little worried that people weren't really going to be spending money. And then for me, yeah, that ended up being kind of true. I think one person bought a solid gold piece of jewelry, and one person bought like a titanium upgrade piece of jewelry, which ended up only being like $5 more than the standard jewelry that I brought. But yeah, still was really happy with the turnout of everything that happened. In the end, I have this written down. So again, my realistic goal was to make $400, and then my Delulu goal was to make $600, and I ended up making $684. So I surpassed my Delulu goal, which was really exciting. And what I do with my money from these markets, what I've been doing for the past couple of times I've done these markets, all of that money goes directly into a savings account that I started at the beginning of my pregnancy, specifically for baby funds, to help cover costs of any bills that happen while I'm on maternity leave. And then if there's any extra baby things that we need to get, then it's all in this savings account. So all of this is going to go into there, which is going to be fantastic. This definitely covers one of our bills, which might be either the truck payment or like my insurance, my health insurance. So really excited about that. Now, $684 was what I made with across Venmo, Cash App, and then somebody bought a ring that I made for $5 with cash, so I did include that in there. If you take away the fees that I had for this market, which was the vendor fee, so the booth fee, which was $115 for an 8x8 space, which is the largest space that she has, and then the $50 health department fee that I have to pay, which makes it $165. I walked away with $519. And then for this market, I didn't have to buy any other jewelry. All of this jewelry is stuff that I've purchased for markets in the past, and so I've just had this excess of them. So all of this jewelry has been purchased, and then that purchase has come back from other markets that I've made, if that makes sense. So all of this is just pure profit that I'm working off of. So very excited. I think I said it, but I was really contemplating whether or not to do this market and like even apply for it, because I knew it was going to be towards the end of my pregnancy and that I would be 9 months pregnant. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to want to be standing and piercing and hunching over people while I'm piercing and stuff. But I'm really glad I did, because this was really helpful. It did help me go through some more of my inventory too, because I don't know what I'm going to do with all that jewelry right now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting like winded just talking. Let me see, I took pictures, I think, of almost every piercing that I did. So I did 8 piercings, which was great. Yeah, I was hoping to do at least 4 piercings, because then that would help cover the costs of the fees and everything. Ideally 6, because that would cover the cost of the fees and then a little bit extra. So doing 8 was fantastic. 2 of them were with upgraded jewelry. This time nobody got 2 piercings. Everyone only got 1. So normally when people get 2 piercings, obviously it's a little bit more money. And I did get to do some really cool piercings. I'm really excited about that. I'm really hoping that the footage I took, you could actually see the piercings, because it was a little bit frustrating trying to get the footage on this camera. Oh my gosh, breathing's hard. But the night went well. As I expected, the first 2 hours, I don't think I had a single person get a piercing. But I had a lot of people walk up, and so it's really good. I'm really glad I was crocheting. It was really good to be able to just chat with people, which is really fun. My favorite thing to do, and it encourages more talking, and it's a little less awkward than me just sitting there being like, hi, yeah, you can look at what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing piercings. And I get to say like, oh yeah, like when people walk by, I'm like, oh, did you get anything cool? Like, let me see what you got. That's really exciting. Somebody had like some bug art that she got, which was really cool. And then I get to point out like, oh, they're doing tattoos over there and they have some art prints and stuff. Somebody over there has like her permanent jewelry and that person there has some tooth gems. And then usually people are like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I didn't know. Wow, there's a lot of stuff happening here. And I'm like, yeah, oh my God, it's so fun. So I get to like just chat with people, which is so great. And then normally people are like, oh my God, yeah, I really want to get my helix pierced, but I just heal piercings horribly, and I get to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like healing's really hard. You're sleeping on your side and everything, and they're like, yeah, I always sleep on my side, and I'm like, yeah, I know, that sucks. It's just like that banter, back and forth conversation, which is fun. But from 6 to 7, in that 1 hour, I did the first 3 piercings, and I was really excited. And then after 7, it really slowed down, and I was really expecting there to be like nobody else, because the last market I did, I only pierced 3 people. And so I was like, wow, okay, so a little pop off for the hour, and then I guess we're done. and I was fine, and I was sitting back and I was starting to crochet. And then every time I wanted to pull out the camera and try to do a quick little like, here's the time and here's a little check-in and this is what's happening, there'd just be a group of people just around the area that I was at. So I felt a little bit too awkward taking out the camera, and I felt like you may not be able to hear me that well, or then somebody would walk up and get a piercing. And so I wasn't able to do any check-ins while I was there. I think eventually I will get one of those lapel mics, so that way I'll feel a bit more comfortable just pulling the camera out, being this far away, and just being like, everything's going well. I got to do some really cool piercings that I was really excited about. One of them is a hidden helix that I'm obsessed with doing. And then around 9 o'clock, it did start slowing down a little bit more. So I went around, and I'm glad that I went around before everything started getting busy, so that way I could actually see what was happening, because I went and got a couple of things. Now, like I said, I normally try to make it to where I do at least one piercing sale, 1 or 2 piercing sales before I go out and buy anything. This time I'm really trying to like restrain myself more. Normally I also buy things for my friends too, but sorry guys, I wasn't able to get you guys anything this time because I'm saving for a baby. So I just got myself a couple little treats. So from the wire wrapping artist, she's fantastic. I usually buy something from her every single time. I got this like necklace and earring set, which is so pretty. I put these on and wore these the rest of the night, which was only an hour, but it's really cute, really pretty, gorgeous. I don't think I have any like clear crystal stuff like that, because I normally get from her things like this. This is on the smaller end of like the crystals and stuff that I like to get, but it is so pretty. I will have her Instagram up here on the screen for you guys if you want to check her out. I think she does ship as well. I'm gonna put these earrings on now. Normally also she'll ask if I want to have some chain. She like sells the chains to go along with them, but I didn't want to get them this time just because, well, one, I didn't really look at what chains she has, but I wanted to get something a little bit smaller than what I normally get from her, little like thinner chains. And since I'm wanting to do wire wrapping as a hobby for myself, I'm wanting to kind of learn where to look up to get some chains. But I'm so stoked on this. It is so pretty. I wish I took a video of the one piece that she had. It was huge, gorgeously wrapped. And I was just like, I'm so in love with it. Maybe eventually I'll get that for myself if she ends up not selling it for a while. And then I also got a tumbler, like a to-go cup, a clay to-go cup, porcelain clay pottery to-go cup, from the potter that was there. Again, so tempted to get more from her, but I've always wanted one of these like tumbler cups, these like to-go tumbler cups. So that is currently still in the truck with Brian right now. So once he comes back, I will show you guys what that looks like, because it looks dope and I'm excited to use it. Brian's home. I can show you guys what I got. I can show him what I got. Look at it, it's really cool. And then you just fill it and then you sip it. And then I'm pretty sure this will actually fit in, I got this one because I think it'll fit in the cup holders in the truck. But as I expected, trying to load up the truck by myself was a little bit tricky. I do have another market in like 2 days on Saturday, so honestly, I'm probably just gonna leave everything in my truck and then unload it Saturday night or Sunday morning probably, because I do not feel like taking everything in and out a bunch of times right now. And luckily, the event that I have on Saturday is with Quetzal, and Quetzal's partner usually comes along with, and he helps out a lot. So I'm probably gonna use him to help me lift and carry things, because they both don't like watching me carry anything. So they will always stop me and pick up anything for me, which is fantastic. But I'm also sometimes like, it's a napkin. It's a napkin I dropped on the floor. I can pick up a napkin. Well, I am vlogging today of my little day in the life of a tattoo artist. So hopefully that video will be up shortly after this one, because I still have my Friday the 13th video I gotta edit and put up for you guys. But other than that, I think that's it. So if you know of any markets in Nashville that can be indoors and accept a piercer, I have to just be within like 25 feet of a hand washing sink. Yeah, let me know of any markets that I could go to do some piercings or tattoos. Tattoos are honestly a little bit easier financially because there's nothing I have to buy up front. I don't have to buy any supplies besides maybe some needles, which is a lot cheaper than jewelry. I'm gonna say that that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to follow along and see how else I try to like make money as an artist while in maternity or whatever, you can subscribe. Wow, the battery totally just conveniently died as I was saying all that. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on other social medias. I got Instagram, 2 Instagrams, TikTok, all of the above. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this vlog turned out okay, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I don't think I could easily get out of frame here. Okay. Bye!